Okay, now next we will move on to the anatomical terminology. The language of anatomy will probably be unfamiliar to you at the first. But once you have understood the basic word roots, combining word forms, prefixes, and suffix, you will find that anatomical terminologies are not as difficult as you first imagined. For easy understanding, the anatomical terminology can be studied in three parts, that is, first, anatomical position, second, relative directional terms, and third, body parts and regions. So now, what is an anatomical position? The anatomical position is universally accepted as the starting point for positional references to the body. In anatomical position, the subject or individual is standing erect and facing the observer, the feet are together, and the arms are hanging at the sides with the palms facing forward, as shown in the image. Now coming to relative directional terms, it is standardized terms of reference used when anatomists describe the location of the body part. Relative means the location of one part of the body is always described in relation to another part of the body. Let's go through with some relative directional terms for better understanding. Let's focus on the screen. Superior or cranial means toward the head. Example is the leg is superior to the foot. Inferior or caudal means toward the feet. Example is the foot is inferior to the leg. Anterior or ventral means toward the front part of the body. Example is the nose is anterior to the ears. Posterior or dorsal means towards the back of the body. Example is the ears are posterior to the nose. Medial means towards the midline of the body. Example is the nose is medial to the eyes. Lateral means away from the midline of the body. Example is the eyes are lateral to the nose. Proximal means toward, nearer, the trunk of the body or the attached end of a limb. Example is the shoulder is proximal to the wrist. Distal means away or farther from the trunk of the body or the attached end of a limb. Example is the wrist is distal to the forearm. Superficial means nearer the surface of the body. Example is the ribs are superficial to the heart. Deep means farther from the surface of the body. Example is the heart is deeper to the ribs. Peripheral means away from the central axis of the body. Example is peripheral nerves radiate away from the brain and spinal cord. Hope you have understood the relative directional terms used in anatomical terminology. Now, we'll move on to next part, that is body parts regions. The body can generally be described to have areas of axial body part and appendicular body part. So what is axial body part? It is the part of the body